Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Saturday, July 16, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns and our parlay picks on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Toronto Blue Jays vs Kansas City Royals. Kansas City's season has been defined by a disaster stretch from the middle of May to the beginning of June. The Royals lost 15 out of 18 games, which put them way below the .500 mark. They have started to recover of late, but they appear destined to miss the postseason. Kansas City took 2 out of 3 against Cleveland last weekend before taking 3 out of 4 against Detroit. The Royals were able to overcome multiple missing starters on Thursday, notching a 3-1 win. They are 10.5 games back of the final AL wild card spot, though. Toronto was able to get 12 games over the .500 mark in the middle of June, but the Blue Jays have not been able to maintain that momentum since then. They went through a cold stretch to open July, losing 9 out of 10 games. Toronto bounced back with a pair of wins over Philadelphia earlier this week before losing Thursday's series opener. The Blue Jays are in 3rd place in the AL East, which is a division that is being dominated by New York. They are currently holding on to the final AL wild card spot heading into Friday night slate. While I generally gravitate towards large underdogs in this type of game, I cannot take Kansas City on Saturday. Not only are the Royals without most of their lineup due to COVID-19 restriction, but I have some serious concerns about their starting pitcher as well. Lynch returned from the injured list to start on Monday, but he had to leave the game due to another hand injury. Now, he is having to start on normal rest against arguably the toughest lineup in baseball. The Blue Jays should provide plenty of run support for whichever pitcher they have on the mound. Our team pick is Toronto minus 1.5 runs. Daniel Lynch is expected to toe the rubber for the Royals in the 3rd game of this series. He was activated off the injured list after an issue with a blister on his index finger and made a start against the Tigers 5 days ago. He served up 3 runs over 4 innings of work before being lifted again. He will get the start here and has a difficult task against one of the better lineups in the majors. Toronto holds the 2nd highest team batting average and is top 5 in home runs, slugging percentage, and on-base percentage. They also give up their fair share of runs, 4.40 per game, and even though the Royals are putting together a skeleton crew, they should be able to muster at least 2 or 3 runs to drive up the total. Take the easy over here. Colorado Rockies vs Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates sent the Rockies packing with a series loss when the 2 teams met up at PNC Park back in May. There's hope they'll be able to do the same in their weekend road trip to Coors Field, but something is clearly different about the Rockies when they're playing in their home building. They were knocking in runs like batting practice in their previous run-in against a San Diego Padres team with a top 10 run scoring defense. So the bar of difficulty will be raised significantly just on location, with the Pirates serving as the away team in this series rematch. The Rockies are probably getting sick of seeing Jose Urena on the mound at this point. After facing him 2 other times when he was pitching for the Milwaukee Brewers, they'll go head-to-head with the 30-year-old righty once again on Saturday. The only difference this time is he's the starter for the Rockies. He impressed in his previous 2 starts against the San Diego Padres and Los Angeles Dodgers. Granted, he did lose against the Padres, but that game was more about a bullpen collapse than anything else. As long as he's pitching with the same confidence, there's no reason to think he couldn't quell the bats of the 3rd worst run-scoring team in the league. The bats for the Rockies hit a completely different gear when they're swinging away at Coors Field. They're averaging 9.77 hits and 5.88 runs per game in home matchups this season. That's a big problem for a Pirates team bleeding runs on defense regardless of location. They're consistently getting pounded at the plate with a pitching rotation that has the 6th worst ERA in the league. And I haven't even touched on the struggling bullpen's 4.65 ERA, which is only worse than the Cincinnati Reds and Rockies. Sure, the Rockies can't stop running water defensively, but unlike the Pirates, they have the offensive bats to make up for it in this series. And I wouldn't sleep on Colorado's defense too much, especially not early in this game with Jose Urena as the starting pitcher. The veteran righty has already faced the Pirates twice before as a relief arm for a Milwaukee Brewers team that beat them both times. He's been solid as a starter in back-to-back games, and I'm expecting that effort to continue against a Pirates team clearly struggling to make plays. Take the Rockies in this one. This is a high total, and it's easy to think that the upcoming game will be a low-scoring one, with both starting pitchers stepping up. However, at the hitter-friendly Coors Field, both lineups look to plate base runners throughout the game against two struggling starting pitchers. The Pirates should drive in runs throughout the game against Jose Urena and the rest of the Rockies pitchers, with Daniel Vogelbach, Ben Gamel, and the rest of the lineup making hard contact and allowing runners to circle the bases. The Rockies look to build off a 13-run game and run up a score with C.J. Cron, Charlie Blackmon, Connor Joe, and the rest of the batting order swinging for the fences and making contact throughout the game against the Pirates pitchers. Our total pick is over. Washington Nationals vs Atlanta Braves. It's no surprise the Braves are bullying the Nationals at the plate. This is what happens when the worst run-scoring defensive team takes on one of the most explosive offensive teams in the league. It's also what happens when a legitimate NL contender goes head-to-head with a struggling Nationals team on an 8-game losing streak. Things will only get better for the Braves, with Max Fried slated to take the mound as the starting pitcher in Saturday's matchup. The talented lefty should be eager to get another crack at the Nationals after they knocked him around for 6 hits and 4 runs in 5.2 innings when they last met at Nationals Park back in mid-June. It's been a rough run for the Nationals in the first half of the season, and it's getting even rougher with the team nearing the All-Star break on a long losing streak. They've lost their last 8 consecutive games, including back-to-back losses in their current series with the Braves. There aren't many ways for them to come out on top if they can't at least slow down the Braves' offense. They gave up 5 runs in the opener and then got stunned for another 8 on Friday night. So starting pitcher Paolo Espino is going to feel like he has the weight of the entire world on his shoulders heading into this matchup. The bully ball will continue at the plate. There's no reason for the Braves to let up on Saturday afternoon. The offensive gap is too wide for them not to continue to punish the Nationals' league worst run-scoring defense. Matt Olson was eating RBIs for dinner on Friday, while Austin Riley continued to prove why he's one of the best sluggers in the game, with 2 RBIs and a homer. And now, Max Fried is entering the fray for Atlanta. When it rains, it pours for a Nationals team that'll now have to go head-to-head with the Braves starting ace on the mound for this matchup. Our team pick is Atlanta Braves, minus 1.5 runs. Atlanta has one of the best defenses and lineup in the MLB. They are top 10 in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, batting average, SLG, and OPS. Austin Riley leads the team in home runs and RBIs. He is top 5 in the MLB in home runs. When Espino leaves the game, Washington's bullpen has been terrible this season. They rank bottom 10 in ERA, hits allowed, runs allowed, home runs allowed, walks allowed, WHIP, and batting average against. Washington was able to score 4 runs on Friday in their last matchup. This will be a higher scoring game and the over will hit. Our total pick is over 8.5 runs.